Welcome to the Customer Service University. This 12-part series equips CX professionals with the insights to excel in the industry. Join us as we unlock the secrets to becoming a leader in customer experience with guidance from top experts. Your journey to the top begins now. All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking about scaling your business success with Ronnie Mize. Ronnie has the important distinction of being a CTO at an international call center, and he's here today to talk to us about some of the ways he thinks about security practices, protecting your business, standards, all of these things that are so crucial to the importance of our business. Thank you so much for being here today, Ronnie. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm wonderful. Well, I appreciate your time in helping everyone learn a little bit more about, scaling business success. And so many times we think about scaling business success as growing revenues and doing these things, but it's not always just about sales. If you have great sales, but you have no infrastructure or you're insecure or unsecure, that could be a problem. So why don't we just dive right into some of these more important things that we don't talk about very often, like security. Can you tell us about the current security compliance landscape?
Absolutely. The current security landscape is increasingly complex. It's marked by an escalating number of cyber threats and stringent and continuously evolving regulatory demands that are made on the industry. Organizations in our industry are adopting comprehensive risk management frameworks, enhancing data security protocols, and ensuring compliance with international standards like ISO 27001, SOC 2, GDPR, HIPAA for protected health information, and we're doing these to navigate the challenges effectively.
It sounds like a pun. I want to say, is it safe to say that these standards are becoming more and more important to BPOs as they emerge around the world? I mean, I think that's an obvious statement, but if I'm starting out as a BPO, what kind of security measures and standards should I be looking at to scale my business?
Well, to ensure robust data protection and compliance, you must implement a layered security approach. That means you have several different layers of security in your organization. So if you have any type of cyber attack or any type of breach attempt, there's several layers to go through. And these are like full perimeter security systems, encryption, multi-factor authentication, MDM or mobile device management, and regular security audits. And these security audits should also be taking place from internal audit teams as well as external third-party audit teams. We, as an organization, actually adhere to and are certified with several international governance standards. And again, like ISO 27001 and SOC 2 for information security management. We also follow best practices that are laid out by frameworks like NIST to maintain data integrity and privacy.
And without those, we really can't trust the customer experience or the agent experience without these security measures in place. I mean, it's just more and more important every day that we're more secure with our phones, our browsers as consumers, but as you hold important customer data, records, all of these things, it's really important for us to maintain trust. Can you tell me how you use these security practices to build and maintain customer trust?
Stringent security practices are fundamental in building customer trust. By demonstrating or continuously demonstrating our commitment to data protection through our transparent policies and our consistent compliance standards, customers can feel confident that sensitive information that we have access to or that is being held by us is secure. And this enhances their overall trust in our services.
All right, so we've talked a lot about these things, acronyms, security, trust, the importance of this foundation for a successful business to grow. Do you have an example you could run by us?
Well, I actually have a couple. A notable one involves the implementation of end-to-end encryption for all of customer transactions, as well as stringent encryption standards that we have in place for data and storage. This significantly reduces the likelihood of any type of data breach. It also leads to increased customer confidence that leads to higher retention rates for the customer. Another case actually saw the introduction of real-time threat detection systems that promptly addressed potential breaches by notifying the teams of anomalous activity that was taking place at the perimeter. This also allows our teams to immediately respond to any type of potential threats. This also reinforces customer trust and proactive security measures that we're taking.
It just hit me as you were saying that. The security and the compliance for the data is also part and parcel to having the accurate data for analysis and for getting your business feedback. I love that you just said that. So we've talked a lot about trust, building trust. But since I have you here, I've been hearing this new buzzword called zero trust architecture, which sounds like the entire opposite of building trust. Have you ever implemented a zero trust architecture? And if so, what is it?
Actually, somewhat. Zero trust is basically trust no one and verify all. Okay? Zero trust architecture requires very strict access control, and it assumes no trust unless the user's been fully authenticated and fully authorized. It also does not assume a user to be trusted, even if that user is inside your network perimeter. So, until they've been fully validated, or their access to systems and data are not there. This approach actually minimizes the potential for insider threats, and it significantly reduces your attack surface and enhances your overall security in the organization.
I see. So that's inside out and outside in security. So it's a comprehensive approach. Is it challenging to implement these things? Like, what are some of the challenges? It sounds great. I want to be secure, but I lose my passwords. I don't want to get locked out of my own house. What are the challenges with some of these maintaining these high security standards?
It's kind of funny that you said that, because a lot of what you talked about is also the human factor. But one of the biggest challenges is keeping up with rapidly evolving threats. As technology increases, so do the number of threats. So does the advancement of the threats. So ensuring employee compliance with security policies and procedures is also part of it. So you have these threats that are rapidly evolving. Then you also have employees that you must maintain their education as well. So we address these challenges through continuous staff training, deploying state-of-the-art cybersecurity technology, and then we also conduct regular system audits to ensure strict hardening control standards and that employees are actually following defined policies.
I love that you're cultivating a security-first mindset amongst your people and the training. But let's talk about governance and compliance. How important is helping organizations achieve governance compliance, and what does maintaining property security control standards involve? That was a lot, but really, how important is it to maintain all of these property security compliances, and how do you maintain the standards?
Achieving governance compliance is crucial for legal and ethical operations. It involves regular reviews of all of our compliance policies, strict adherence to regulatory requirements, and transparency with all stakeholders about our ongoing security practices and compliance status.
Obviously, it's important to achieve this compliance and these standards. I guess you talked a little bit about, as technology advances, the threats maybe become more or frequent or different. How do you adapt? What's ahead? How do you stay on top of things? What do you think are the new things that people should be aware of or paying attention to in the coming year in terms of security, threats, compliance?
There's a lot. Like I said earlier, technology is continuously evolving, and it's evolving at a rapidly increasing pace. Emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, or AI, and blockchain are set to play pivotal roles in cybersecurity. AI, however, is kind of a double-edged sword. It does provide for a more complex attack surface as well for the cyber criminal. However, AI also enhances our ability to detect and respond to threats actually in real time. Blockchain, another technology that's evolving, is cryptographic hashes it offers new ways to secure data and transactions across distributed networks. So a couple of the technologies that are really evolving out there would be AI and blockchain and things to look at. Because like I said, especially on AI being a double-edged sword, you have to be aware of what the cyber criminal can be capable of with it as well.
Fair enough. I thought blockchain and Bitcoin and all that was maybe not on the future, but it sounds like this secure ledger is still important to everyone. I guess my last question would be, what advice would you have for leaders in call centers? And I think if you wouldn't mind, if you could just tell us, what advice would you have for the technology teams inside call centers and also for the other leadership? Because you need buy-in from both sides to support one another. What would your advice for these professionals be?
Well, absolutely you need buy-in, but my advice is to always remain vigilant and to be proactive. Stay updated with the latest security trends, know what the threats are, invest in continuous professional development, and advocate for a holistic approach to security that includes both technology as well as the human element. Building a resilient security structure with a security-first mindset, that in itself is as important as deploying advanced security technology.
Well, fair enough. Well, Ronnie, thank you so much for sharing this. I know it's a kind of a straightforward topic. I appreciate your time. And audience, if you're listening still, audience, next week we'll be talking about leveraging customer insights to drive your business forward. Ronnie, thanks again for sharing your knowledge on this topic. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you for joining us for this Customer Service University lesson. Discover how QEval can enhance your operations with real-time analytics, predictive insights, and comprehensive quality management. Visit qevalpro.com/learn to connect with our experts and exclusive support.